Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? We're giving you the day free review of Love Island. Yes, I'm a little bit late. Unfortunately, I have things to do. For those who are new, like, share, subscribe. For those of us who are coming back, you already know what time it is. You ain't got the minerals, baby. Gay. Alright, I've got 22 points. Yes, because we're going to talk about Joe, Lucie, Tommy, love triangle. I'm going to say this very quickly. Never fight over a gal or a man. Never. Period. Unless you're in a relationship already. Period. Unless you're married already. Period. You don't need to be fighting. Why? Because truth is this. If the person makes you part of a choice that they have to choose between two people, you are not the choice. You are not the preferable choice. Evidently, as they would have chosen. And trust me, I know, I've got personal experience in this, so I know. When someone has to make a choice between two people, bruv, walk away. Walk away. Like, it's as simple as that. You don't have to be around. When the person's making a choice between two people, you are not the first choice. Hence why they couldn't choose you first. Hence why there's a choice now to be made. Simple as. So, having said that, let's get into the video. Because I really want to talk about this. I feel like, you know what? I feel like Lucie really did Joey dirty. And I mean to the utmost dirtiness. And I'm not going to just say Lucie alone. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say Curtis and his blood clot, Gally. What's her name? Amy or whatever, yeah? Wicked souls. Wicked. And I don't mean in a good way, I mean bad way. Wicked souls. Because they're just like in the Bible when Job had his friends come and give an absolute crud advice. It reminds me of also Esther in the Bible when King Xerxes consults his 7 wise men. But good counsel is important. You know, there's a safety in the counsel of the multitude, man. Do you know what I'm saying? There's soundness, there's wisdom in the counsel of the multitude. But when the two people who are giving you counsel are wicked and they have not your best interest, Joe, you ain't never going to win. And I'll say that's also for Lucie too. And I'll prove that when we get through talking. Don't worry, I got you. We're going to talk about this. Just after they were chosen, I want you to see body behavior. They were sitting down, Joe and Lucie. Tommy then chooses Lucie. Lucie doesn't say anything really to Joe as she gets chosen. She gets up, stands next to Tommy. As she's standing up next to Tommy, she actually starts smiling. Okay, cool. Why are you smiling for? Like, aren't you sad that, you know what, you lost your gal? I mean, lost your man. Aren't you sad that, you know, the person that you say you like, that you keep saying that you like and that you want, you're no longer in a couple with them? Does that concern you? Okay, then she turns on the waterworks as she's walking away. Now, I'm not saying the waterworks are fake. I'm actually saying that the waterworks are also probably a part of the fact that, you know what, she feels a certain way because she doesn't want to come across, and a lot of times it's all about perception, doesn't want to come across looking like a bitch. Do you get me? So she turned on the waterworks and then got into the room. And as I got into the room, she then said to him, listen, but I told you, you know, how I felt. No, granted, she told him how she felt about Joe, but she never closed the door. And that's what Amber actually made sure that she said as well. She said it to Joe later on, saying that, I don't know what she said to Tommy to make Tommy want to choose her. And that's the truth. If genuinely Lucie only had eyes for Joe, this would never be a situation because she would have told Tommy, no, I can prove it because if you've watched episode 4, you'll see that Anna shows us that, listen, I don't care what Anton is doing. Listen, I can't kiss Anton unless I'm in a couple with him and I have a loyalty to Sheriff. Like, do you know what I mean? So I can get to know him, but there's a loyalty to Sheriff here. So she instantly sat at her stall. With Lucie, she didn't. What she tried to do was, okay, cool. What she tried to do was actually keep her options open. And that's why she's crying. That's why she feels guilty. Because when Joe confronts her, she's feeling like, oh my gosh, like, I can't even be honest about truthfully how I felt. Because if I do, I expose myself. And then if I expose myself, I look like the wicked one. Why did he choose her then? Because she didn't close the door fully. That's the whole reason why. Now, I know a lot of people might think that Joe was actually more angry about the date. No, he's angry about the attitude of Lucie. And he explains this later on when he says, you know what, even when you came back from the date, I expected you when you came back from the date to tell me, look, do you know what, I went on a date, but I'm not really phased. I still want you. And he said, I wanted that reassurance. He had an expectation and he wanted that reassurance. He never got it from Lucie. She never said that. She says, oh, I like you. Listen, I've done a video on this. I like you is different from I want you. Totally different. Two different things. I like you could mean a whole host of things. I like your attitude. I like your style. Hey girl, I like your style. And you're bad and you want it. Listen, it could be I actually genuinely like you. I like you means, do you know, I want to have sex with you. There's so many different connotations of what I like you means. So for her to say I like you, but not I want you, that's why he chose the words I want you, because that indicates a choice. I like you indicates feelings. Feelings can be replicated. Feelings can be quickly lost and gained. So, which we see with her and Tommy. So, I totally understand where Joe was coming from. So fast forward now, they're on a date. And it looks like Lucie's bloody enjoying herself. And I'm not saying she can't enjoy herself, I'm saying she's bloody enjoying herself. Let me just show you again about Lucie's behavior, that she's saying that, oh, she's not open to certain things. When they were coming back, her hand was around his bicep. But when she actually came, so when they walked through the bedroom, her arm was on his bicep. When they walked from the date through the bedroom, outwardly now, she let go and walked in front. Why? Because she didn't want to set Joe off. But you were happily holding his arm in the bedroom. But when he came out, you don't do that. You're acting two-faced. I've seen you. Now, when she comes out, Joe then comes and says to her, listen, I want to have a conversation with you. Oh, and it says, oh, how you doing? How was the date? Yeah. And I believe he asked if she wants some coffee. She said, no, I'm going to bed. Well, she didn't go to bed because she ended up talking to the girls later on. But anyway, so now she said, no, I want to go. I'm feeling to go to sleep. So basically, I'm guessing that obviously there was meant to be a conversation there. There wasn't a conversation because obviously she had pretty much shut down and she's tired, she wants to go to bed, right? Cool. Now, they obviously did. And the next thing I saw as well, she didn't sit next to Joe. She stood up and stood next to Tommy. So it's the little things that indicate, you see, we act on what we believe and what we have faith in. You see, your belief is to accept that it's true, but the faith is the part where you put your trust in. So when she decided to obviously stand next to Tommy, it just indicated again what side she was choosing and where her head was. Because if she was loyal to him, she wouldn't need to be standing next to Tommy, because she knows what that would indicate or what that suffices. And anybody that tells me, oh, I don't know what that means, or I would have never thought that would mean anything, I just stood next to him. What do you mean? You know what standing next to him meant. You know that. It's part and parcel of psychology. You know that. That's like, I don't have to explain it to you. Anyway, so fast forward from there, and then Lucie's now, here's my problem. Lucie's now sitting on the couch with the girls, and then she says, I don't know what I want. Sorry, Lucie, there's a problem here. What's the problem? As you mentioned later on when you have a discussion with Joey on that same bench that you're talking to the girls on later on, that next day before Tommy comes over, you pulled him back and said, oh, but I've kissed you, remember, and I haven't kissed him. So a kiss is indicating the level of intimacy and indicating your level of attraction and your level of liking and your where you stand. That's what you're saying, Lucie. That the kiss shows where you stand, and that's why you said I haven't kissed Tommy. Okay, cool. So let's flip it back. So now when he's talking to you when you're talking to the girls and you say you don't know what you want, how can you not know what you want when you were lip-sync man? On more than two occasions. Lip-sync man. And I'm not talking about the DM game, because I don't count. Lip-sync man. So you know this already. You already know this, Lucie. So if you know that the kiss indicates where you stand, that's what you said to Joey later on, then how you know how Joey feels. You know that he's deep. You know that he's already infatuated by you. You know that he cares for you in that way. So you can't pretend as if you don't know those feelings. You know what I'm saying? So obviously now when you say that you're not sure where you stand, how are you not sure where you stand? Okay, if you don't know where you stand, do you blame me if I'm gonna go, I don't know what to expect from you. I don't know. I can't trust you because you've told me where you stand by saying you kissed me and da da da. You told me where you stand by telling me you like me. You know what I'm saying? You're telling me where you stand by lipsing me. What do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to? What do you want me to do? Like, okay, be cold-hearted and say like that doesn't mean anything until you've said it, done it, showed me it, showed me it. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're now confused. How are you confused from one day? Look, later on, she uses this against him, saying, like, it's so soon, like, I'm trying to find a boyfriend, da, da, da. But so soon, you're confused about who you're feeling after one day. Deep what's going on here, guys. Psychology, deep the psychology of what's happening. People need to look deeper than the surface. Let's move forward. So now, she says that Joe comes over, listen, can we talk? I love the fact that Amber just watches Joe. Amber's got a thing for Joe. She's mentioned that. She finds him cute, she finds him attractive, and I think she loves his earnestness, his honesty, and it's cute for her. Although she said obviously later on to Tommy that, he's like a lost puppy at times, but Amber feels him, definitely. Cool. Anyway, now, sorry, they go to talk alone now, and she's sitting on the steps and he's sitting down. I noticed something. First of all, after a minute or so, she tries to move to cover the towel that she got around her, or the thing whatever she's using to cover herself, and puts it around Joe. Joe never responds. Why does he never respond? Joe is a person who's a very emotional person. I want you to understand something. People said, oh, after 2 days you catch feelings. People catch feelings after 1 day. People catch feelings after a meeting. I'm telling you, man, in a conversation. Like, catching feelings doesn't always give you the time limit or the time standard of when it will drop. It just drops for some people. The most important thing is, Joe stated an expectation. So look, when you came back from the villa, from the date, I expected you to have said, I actually want you. And then Lucy said, oh, but I'm saying that, I like you. Like, I like you is not I want you. Keep telling this, Lucy. She tried to shift it to I like you. Do you know what I'm saying? And then when he said, obviously he stood up and said, look, you're keeping your options open. She's like, I'm not keeping my options open. So you're telling me that I'm not saying you didn't have to go on a date, but obviously you just mentioned about, just talking to, that you, not even that, you mentioned that you're not sure how you feel. How can that be possible, man? How can that be possible? How can you not know how you feel and then tell me that you're not being open to certain things? Okay, cool. So you're playing a game, Lucy. That's the whole point. And he sussed it. And that's why he said, oh, I'm going to also be open as well. And I wish he stuck to his guns. He didn't. He went back. But he should have stuck to his guns. He would have said, listen, look, you're being open. No problem. You're talking to Tommy. Yeah, so she's playing the game, man. And, the truthful nature of the situation is Lucy has got fantasy in one head and the good boyfriend in the heart kind of thing going on. She's got Joe as a good boyfriend. And she's got Tommy as the fantasy. And sometimes when you're about to catch the big fish in the pond, you will do anything to catch the big fish, even if it means releasing your little fish, just so you can catch the big fish, so you can brag, in a sense. What Joe was really wanting was this assurance that what Lucy was saying was correct by backing what she was saying with action. At the time, he was not seeing the same thing. There was no connectivity. There was no synergy. There was keeping the same energy. Not there either. So what he was stating about you being open was the fact that the attitude showed that you never thought that this was, oh, I only want Joe. You didn't come back from the date and say, look, I know I had a date, but you know what, I only want you. So she never said that. She was keeping her options open, which was correct. He never said anything wrong. And so therefore he responded by saying, I'm also going to keep my options open. Now, Joe, like I said, Joe is somebody who falls into, like, we don't want to say love, but, falls deep quickly. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of us are like that. I mean, me personally, I'm like that, so I try to guard my heart in all my instances, you know what I'm saying? But he's like that. Plus, also, he thinks that he's getting the best prize out there. Lucy is the prized possession. I mean, everybody wants her in that villa, and so or finds her attractive, and so that makes her now the prized possession. And when you've got a prized possession, you hold on tight. When someone takes it out of your hand, they're literally having to tear that out of your hand to get it out. It's bloody painful, and that's what he's experiencing right now. He's experiencing pain. He's been an ego bruise. He's experiencing, the fact that his heart, you know, also it's been invested, and he even said it. He said, "Emotion, I've been invested," and I know you don't want to have this conversation right now, but emotion, I'm invested in this thing. So when someone is saying they're emotionally invested, what do? You manage the expectations. If you know, Lucy, that you're going to be open-minded about this, let a man know you're open-minded. Don't lie to me, because you've been lying to me in the sense of the fact that you've been kissing me, and then when I see the truth and nature of what you're actually hoping to achieve with Tommy, you don't tell the truth. What do you want to do? But yeah, that's just the totality of it. So episode 3, let us know down below what you think, what your thoughts are, what you thought was happening. Maybe I missed parts of it as well, but let me know what you do with it. Alright guys, you don't really know what time it is. Wakanda forever. Again, like I said, they actually really just gassed up, you know, Joey, and even said as well, he had other girls that were coming too. Do you know what I mean? He had other girls who wanted him. So why should he be settling for less? So yeah, guys, that's episode 3 review. I kept it nice and short, hopefully, for the editors. But I want to make sure you like, share, subscribe, and you ain't got the minerals, baby. You know what time it is? Are you money, lean? I appreciate you guys. Stay blessed, stay locked, so loaded.